Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still working on building up some railways in our future dependencies here in Southern Europe. But Prussia wants assistance with a war with the United Kingdom. They're offering to bankroll us. They're demanding a treaty port in Jutland and the transfer of Schleswig, which is not too much. Let's see who else is inclined here. Sweden is inclined to align away from Denmark, so that puts them potentially on our side. Austria is in the middle. I can ill afford a war right now. But you know what? I'll do it. If it means getting piles and piles of cash from Prussia, I'll do it. So, let's go ahead and mobilize the forces. And... oh my god, Prussia, you don't have a plan for getting there! Oh, this was a huge error! Alright, well... we'll see how things go, I guess. The Ob flood. The local riverbanks have burst in Ob, destroying homes and taking lives. The banks have been swelling for days, but we didn't expect the deluge last night. We weren't prepared. The state will have to figure it out on their own. Chance of famine, 20% devastation. Or we should put more money into a relief effort. That's a lot of money. I can't afford that. Where's Ob? Here we go. It's up here. Population is 8,000. No offense, Ob. I just... a famine's not going to do anything there, guy. Sorry. Russia will not be impacted. But this will mean we'll get a pile of cash. Gold depleted in Alaska. The rich mineral deposits in Russian Alaska have been drained. Mines have been shuttered, and all the prospectors who moved in are beginning to drift away in search of the next big strike. Alluvial gold dried up. Miners go home. River dried up due to miner activity. Shafts condemned as threat to life. Enter at own peril. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. I'm going to say we can't just let them leave because... it's time to build some gold mines. Which means that we'll once again... I'm going to put them at the bottom of these railways here. There we go. Pretty reasonable efficiency. So we are once again in the red, but once the war starts, we'll be in the black because Prussia will be bankrolling us. Our national revenue is 317k, and I think that means the amount they give us is going to be 60k a week. This, however, is a huge shot in the arm. Getting water tube boiler will allow our mines to operate more efficiently using additional tools, and that is going to be enormously effective. I just have to make sure the tooling market... Are we seriously... ammunition shortage? Well, they're hiring. They're hiring right now. They have the capacity to fuel the whole army. To furnish the whole army. Alright, let's turn over that day. And I think minting has gone up. We have a new mandate. Another one. Let's go ahead and get Defensive Cooperation 3, I guess. Yes, okay, so this makes everyone in the block count as an ally. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Cablanzo. So now that we've got railways built in Moldavia, or at least a few. Oh no, not yet. Not quite yet. We're still working on it. Ooh! Denmark backs down. Excellent. So that gives us a huge shot in the arm financially. Yeah, we're getting about 60k from Prussia. Beautiful. I love it. That's excellent. Oh, I'm so pleased. We are in a civil war. Hey, there we go. 2 arms. I already scrambled troops over here. This is not going to last very long at all. And because we got Amur, we've still got access to the Pacific, which is nice. So, this territory is all basically land territory that can be taken contiguously, so I'm really not concerned. Let's go ahead. Ooh, but do I want to... Ooh, I might have done a misplay here. I'm going to demobilize troops slowly. Basically in order of core. I'm going to take a little risk, make sure nothing's going to go there. So, does that put me into a truce with Great Britain? It does. No, we already had one. We already had one. That's an old one that's expiring now. I got an empty flotilla somehow. Alright, that was weird. Oh, it was the flotilla over here. I'm silly.
I did a silly. I did a silly.
That's okay. Revolution in South Germany, a Swiss revolution. Well, I can't get involved in that unless I side with Austria. But Austria is on the side of the government. Alright, well that's fine. Are they allied to Switzerland? They're not. They just joined in. Maybe it's a... Let me see. Switzerland is a census suffrage parliamentary republic. Article Switzerland is the same. Let's... Boy howdy, I am so glad of this feature where these things say the same. What do you guys disagree about? Total separation of church and state versus freedom of conscience, for one thing. Baltic governorates is in default, but that's just going to be the way they are. Alright. And this war is basically done. So that means our expenses are going to go way down, and hopefully that'll let us eat through our debt in a reasonable timeline. And then we can focus on doing additional territorial aggressions. I'm kind of waiting for Tuva to be... There we go. I'm kind of waiting for Tuva to be out of a war, because I would like them to be... I would like to be friends with them. So... Chitral we need to take over. I've got 3 states. I've got a bunch of claims in Bukhara, if I recall correctly. Let's see. You do a return state here for 6.8 infamy. The other 3 states are Southern Turkestan, Bukharan Tajikistan, and Bukharan Merv. Those are 4.1, 1.2, 2.7. Shandong is improving relations. Excellent. So let me see. 6.8 plus 4.1 is 10.9. 1.2, that's 11. That's 12.1. You add that together, 2.7 is 14.8. So we're going to need to get a little bit farther down, because if I want to take them all in one war, I'm going to need to make them all primary casus bellis, and in order to do that, I'm going to need to get some extra aggressive expansion. So, or infamy, rather. It's not called aggressive expansion anymore, it's called infamy. Sweden is still antagonistic towards me, and I don't understand why. So, with Moldavia now entwined with me economically, My leverage is much higher. I need, I think, 200 to invite them. Wallachia, I'm at 126. With Greece, let's go ahead and build some railroads as well. Unless they've already got them, they do not. I'm going to build railroads in both of these areas because both of these areas are really tight on infrastructure. So now Moldavia has the necessary infrastructure. Wallachia is getting there. Yeah, they're improving even as we speak. If I just demanded you be my protectorate, 10% chance. No. I think I can get them into my sphere diplomatically. Oh, they have silk plantations. That would be very good. What if I import silk from them? I think I can. It would not be profitable for me. But actually, what does their market need? I can do some good old-fashioned market diplomacy. They need engines. They need luxury clothes. They need luxuries, coal, porcelain, engines, and grain. Luxuries, porcelain, coal, engines. I don't have native motor industry, so I can't export that to them. And grain. And here's the third Russian fleet now not having any leader. We'll just get rid of it. 10th Russian Army, get rid of it. Those troops can flow into a different army, and that's totally, totally fine. So, let's see. Working on these gold mines at this point. Large numbers of Circassian people are moving to Jujuy in Brazil. Or not in Brazil, in Peru. I've forgotten that in this game, Brazil is not taking over all of South America. Let's see. So let's see what else the market needs. Let's see what else we're trading for. We're exporting dyes to Great Britain. We don't need to be doing that. We're exporting luxury clothes to Great Britain. We don't need to be doing that. Get some inactive trade routes to the Empire of China. Those can both go. Those can all go away. We're exporting lead to Prussia. We don't need to be doing that. And all our other trade routes are profitable. Excellent. So we're importing quite a bit of we're exporting quite a bit of hardwood. We're importing luxury clothes from France. So I think we can make those on our own. Oh, interesting. We own a bunch of luxury clothing factories in France. That's curious. Kabulistan. Very, very curious. I see, because it's showing us all the ones in the market. I only just connected that. I mean, I kind of knew it intellectually, but I've only seen... Anyway, a donation of knowledge. Alexei Bobrinsky has offered us to spend some of their personal wealth to fund the creation of a university in Odessa, though this will likely give the industrialists some influence. The Alexei Bobrinsky University Odessa campus will be a proud bastion of learning in these times of rapid progress, where knowledge truly is power. A wonderful idea, one university in Odessa, plus 5% strength to the industrialists, or no, we can't give them a platform, -1 industrialist approval. I'm going to go with the first one. I'm always going to go spring for free industry. We got our secret societies event. I'm going to say dissent must be punished, as I always do. So let's take a quick run at our market. Iron is pretty cheap right now. Did I switch our iron mines over to condensing pump engine? Not yet. So let's do that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll build some more construction sectors. Now that I've got the ability to build up infrastructure, let's put a couple in Moscow, then a couple in Ingria, and Tambov has an absolute ton of capacity, and then we'll do 2 in Yaroslavl and 2 in Tula. I know this is an absolutely absurd amount of construction sectors, but again, I think I've got the cash right now. I'm rapidly decreasing in interests, and you know, I think I can definitely get there. And also, like, this is the only way we're going to outrun Britain in this thing. Actually, let's get we'll do 2 more for a nice even 30. We'll put 2 more in Tula. Alright, now we are maximally aligned with the Heavenly Kingdom. So what does the Taiping market need? How can I do some market diplomacy? The iron artillery, luxury furniture, luxury clothes, and grain. Alright, well, we'll do as we can. Iron, artillery, and grain. Because I would love to have the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom in my sphere. That would be very nice. Ooh, gold rush in Buryatia. Gold has been discovered in Buryatia. People from all corners of the earth are converging there, confident they will discover the next great lode and become incredibly rich. I'm going to say mine, it's all mine, to get myself some extra gold fields throughput. That's going to be nice. All right, I think we're... Let me see. I don't remember exactly what the number I calculated was, but I'm going to give it a little longer. Maybe until I'm done with these construction sectors. So, what do we need in technology? We're closing in on nationalism. So, I think after that, it's going to be nitroglycerin. In military, we're doing okay. I think we'll grab triage, and then maybe we'll go to shell gun and breech loading artillery, because we're done with the tier 2s on the naval side. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And by then, Fieldworks will definitely have finished spreading to us. Taiping Heavenly Kingdom wants a trade agreement? Absolutely. How is our leverage over Moldavia? It's going down. Oh. Hey, you want a trade agreement, Moldavia? Beautiful. And then how about a defensive pact? Beautiful. Alright, so again, goal is we want to get Moldavia into the faction. I'm going to improve relations back up a little bit more. Sadly, I can't trade with Wallachia because I don't have Prussia. But if I can get Moldavia into the customs union, then that'll let us extend our trade pact all the way through here. And we are actually doing really well from a financial standpoint. I'm almost out of debt. And I think as soon as my reputation is, my infamy is below 7, I'm going to kick off my fight with Bukhara. They have 38 battalions, but I don't feel any fear with respect to Bukhara. So, give me Their attitude worsened, which should not really shock anyone. Alright, so we're going to... Khiva is likely to align with them. Do I have any claims? Let's wait until the escalation. Because I might be able to grab... No, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to just throw in all my war goals. No one who I'm concerned about is going to align with them, I tell you what. So, we got a return state on Tajikistan. Got a conquer state on southern Turkestan. Got a conquer state on Merv. Wait, hang on. How many maneuvers have we got? Yeah, we got plenty of maneuvers. Conquer state on Merv, and then we'll add one infamy, 2 infamy. Oh, it's too much. All right. Well, we'll leave Merv for now. And maybe by the end of it, our infamy will have gone down enough that we can go after it without a problem. All right. 4th Corps, you're in. 8th Russian Army, you're in. Again, I don't feel any kind of pressure to really go buck wild on this stuff. I don't think they'll back down. I probably don't need to worry about adding this one, adding Merv to the set. They're only uncertain. I'm going to go ahead and mobilize one more. Hey, there's nationalism. Army group and put them here so that if Khiva gets into it, we'll... Uh-oh. That's curious. Oh. Ah. So this is codify the Chinese border. So if I own all of Amur, Primorye, Ili, and Altai, then that'll shift the balance of the Great Game. Consolidate Asian holdings. Okay, let me actually read these so that you can see what we're going on here. So, codify the Chinese border. Our border with China is both long and informalized. Seeking to draw a formal border between our state and China could permit a generous transfer of lands into our control and a minimum risk of future border conflicts. So, the payoff for this is the shift for the Great Game, 15 points towards Russia. So, in order to get this, I need all of Amur, which I already have, Primoye, which I'm going to have, Ili is over here in Uyghurstan, and Altai, which is over here in Uyghurstan. All right, so that's actually pretty feasible. I could do short wars against Uyghurstan and Manchuria, no problem. And then consolidate Central Asian holdings. The region of Central Asia has long been out of our control, run by disparate khanates and emirates. In order to secure access to India, we must ensure that the Central Asian states are subjugated, whether as subjects or through direct conquest. Exactly 100% completely owned by Russia. This gives us 15 progress on the Great Game. So, eligible states are... Oh, states, not countries. I'm going to need to pass a colonization institution to get to be able to colonize Turkmenia, but that's for later. That said, though, I've got some authority, so let's throw in another consumption tax. Not a lot of good candidates. Let's do luxury furniture and tobacco. I think at this point I can afford to bump taxes down to Midland without creating an issue. I'm still at 23.6 infamy. I'm not going to be able to add this. So if they give in, then... Oh, excellent. Persia requests military mission. The government of Persia has requested we dispatch a military mission to help modernize their army, offering certain diplomatic and extraterritorial concessions in return. 12 guns, some 1,000 rifles, as well as enough shot and cartridges for 5 years of regular use. That's right, sir. I see. And the second set of luggage? Fife, drum, and brass, sir. We'll have them trotting along to the Preobrazhensky March in no time. This serves our interest. Dispatch a mission post-haste. Persia gets 5% kill rate permanently, 5% offense, and 10% tech spread for military for 5 years, and 25 leverage. I don't really need leverage, but they're my allies, so, you know, this serves our interest. Dispatch a mission post-haste. Let's take a look at our diplomatic pact line item, income line item here. We are getting a pretty penny from Persia at this time. And we got an agitator for state atheism. That's interesting. So, we're tolerating our increased construction speed pretty well. I'm going to put these at the top. Infertile grounds. Dmitry Pisarev was like, I'm a nihilist. I'm 19 years old. And he's like, Russia's not a great place to be nihilist. Finding both the Russian public and supposed political allies unreceptive to his ideas frustrated, Dmitry Pisarev has decided to retire from the realm of politics, opting instead to spend the rest of his days penning embittered reflections on what could have been. I give these bumpkins the truth, and how am I rewarded? With deafening silence. And they call St. Petersburg a city of ideas, of culture. The only evidence of cultivation I found in that cesspool of the city came from the fields outside of it, and even they were cared for poorly. I say good riddance to you all, sirs. Good riddance to you all. Let him peddle his ideas in peace away from St. Petersburg, he settles domestically, or politely inform him his presence is unwanted in Russia. You know, I'm going to send him abroad. We're going to see what transpires with this guy out and about in the world. Oh, and I have an actual... Interesting. I have an action here that I've got access to that I didn't realize I did. So, the Primorye region represents an opportunity to construct a warm weather Pacific port, greatly increasing our power projection potential. We could arrange a treaty to secure the territory by capitalizing on China's weakness. Effects will result in a diplomatic incident giving 7 infamy to Russia. Reducing their relations to 7 countries will demand the transfer of Primorye to Russian rule. Triggers event the Beijing Treaty. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to wait until I've got less infamy to click that button to go after Manchuria. I don't actually know how much infamy it would be to just demand the frickin' thing. Let's see. This is Trucial States going after bourgeois revolts with Britain's help. That's just fine. Great Game is slowly sliding back to Britain again. I can't really do anything about this GDP thing. Afghan Protectorate, I wonder if that one just timed out. Because I've got the Afghan Protectorate. Kandahar is my subject, and they should be able to form Afghanistan pretty soon. I know I've got the ability to form a corporation. I want... Well, I'm building the necessary paper mills to make that happen. Once I got these paper mills built, we'll be good to go. And then these railways in Greece will help out the Greek economy a lot. So, Greece actually doesn't have that much unemployment. I don't know how it has no upper class in the Peloponnese, but it is what it is. Oh, right, because of the whole financial sectors thing. They changed the way those buildings work. I should talk about that at some point. Austria wants a defensive pact. I suppose it's only fair since I've got a defensive pact with Prussia. Alright. Well, we got a lot of leverage on Moldavia now. So predicted leverage... We're currently at plus 162. And there's Fieldworks. Wonderful. So I think this means we're going to get there. I think this is us getting there. All right, so that'll be beautiful. So we'll pull them into the power block, and that'll be rad. We need to develop some frickin' motor industries, friends. Oh boy, I sure wish this thing didn't look like it was trying to crash every time I opened this menu. Let's build them in Tula. Tula's a good place to build motor industries. So, war in Bukhara is going just fine. Force comparison is excellent. Let's just go ahead and throw these in at the top here. I realize I'm delaying things that I need, but these paper mills are almost done. These railways are going to go forever. I think I could probably... Is Greece my puppet? It's not. This would cause me to lose a bunch of cohesion, but I could subjugate them. I could do it. It would be cool to have Greece as a protectorate. I'm extremely tempted, to be honest. Alright. Movement to enact professional army organizers in Vitebsk. I didn't even realize we had one of those. Organizers affiliated with the movement to enact professional army have embarked on a focused campaign to inspire support for professional army in Vitebsk. Residents of every region in the world would like to say their home has a long and unique history of tight-knit community. The organizer almost agreed. The problem was, of course, that the community often did not extend to outsiders. He'd been thrown out on his ear more times than he could count, but he persisted nonetheless. If he could introduce the right phrase into the right circles, perhaps even an idea that had been rejected out of hand at first would begin to find purchase. There are plenty of willing ears in Vitebsk. They must be concerned with far more grounded things. I'm going to say there are plenty of willing ears. A movement for a professional army is not a bad thing for us. And if the armed forces join it, then that would be very, very good. Oh, this is going up really fast. Yeah. Perfect. Uh-oh. We got a lot of events here, friends. I am going to put a pin in it because we've got a lot of events, and I don't want all those events at once to crash the game. Also, it's getting to be time to the end of the episode. It's the end of 1860. We're winning our war in Bukhara. Everything's going great. So I will... next time we'll finish the war in Bukhara, and we'll go after those territories in Asia, and that'll get us some more progress on the great game. But for now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.